welcome back to today's video. My name is Mekhi Randle, nice to meet you. If I already know you, thank you so much for coming back. Now, I know, you're looking at me like, It's giving very much jump scare warning, I know. I look questionable, but this is what I look like before I get beautiful, real scrumptious looking. There's a before and after. Don't take me swimming on the first date. But however, today I'm gonna be getting ready with you guys and also telling the story of the time that I got drugged, almost robbed, and sex trafficked in Mexico. When I tell y'all that I've never had a life experience like this before, and now that I've had a big life experience that's pretty traumatizing actually, I'm like, I should sell it on YouTube. I think I'm gonna take off the jacket. I think I kind of had this jacket on kind of for like aesthetic purposes. So I'm gonna start from the beginning because this was like low-key the vacation from hell.
It's hot.
For starters, if you guys are like sensitive to this type of shit, or if you're like the cartel or something like that, I promise there's no beef. To start off, I wanted to go on vacation to Mexico. I was like, it would be fun to kind of go on a cruise, because the last time I've been on a cruise ship was when I was in like 8th grade, and I kind of missed it. I was like, we should go again. Bad idea. Its destinations were Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, I don't know how to say it. And then we went to Cabo. First stop, Puerto Vallarta, and that was where we got drugged at. So we get to the ports, and bitch, it is hot. Bitch, I'm in Prada, chrome hearts, just dressed down to the T in black. And mind you, it's so humid out there, it's insane.
You walk broke, bitch, kill yourself, let it pour.
So we get off, you can walk out the ship, and there's like an exit, and then you walk through a whole like gift shop. Then you're greeted by all these people who are trying to sell you like a tour, right? In Puerto Vallarta, we wanted to do tequila tasting. So this one company who was not affiliated with Carnival only used Carnival excursions. They learned this from us. We took a $200 trip it was 10 of us. So it was like $20 a pop for a full day tour and tequila tasting and all that. So we were like, tee, let's do this, right? Not knowing that we were gonna get fucking drugged. At this time on this cruise ship, it's me, my mom, my sister's friend, and then my 4 cousins and my aunts for $200 for the full ride. And she claimed that the van that we were gonna be taking had full air conditioning. Bitch, I was in the back sweating. So anyways, we're now inside this woman's thing. So you know, black people, we like to like joke around, you know what I mean, and make like the worst out of scenarios. So we were making jokes. We were comparing the van to Squid Games. We were already like having bad vibes, but nobody like really said anything, which I think was like the main problem. We didn't like speak up. We were kind of like, eh. But we are in this van, and the first place that we stopped is a jewelry store. My sister has a small bladder, so she's always having to use the bathroom. So she had to use the bathroom, and the tour guide, of course, knew a place that had air conditioning that we can go to use the bathroom. I didn't have to use the bathroom the entire time. Personally, I just don't like using bathrooms. Like, I will take a shit in the school bathroom all day long. So my sister goes to the bathroom, and there's probably like 20 employees. Mind you, the store is like not bigger than the size of a Starbucks. like if you've been to like your like local Starbucks, like it's like not that big. Like that's like pretty much the size of this jewelry store. And there's like 25 employees deep. And I get it's a jewelry store, but I'm sure the jewelry was not real because it kind of gave like AliExpress, like very much like Shein. So I wasn't like interested in any of the jewelry. And I guess they thought we were gonna buy jewelry, but they were trying to sell jewelry to us, and we were just like, eh. But they gave us little margaritas, very fucking good. I didn't taste any fucking alcohol, bitch. I had 2 of those bitches. Fuck the gossip, bitch. Those were good as fuck. And it was like a little 12-year-old girl making them. I said, girl, you better eat. But it was something weird going on in that store. We're the only customers in here, mind you. Maybe they get robbed often or whatever, and they just need a shit ton of employees. I'm just sitting there waiting to leave because I'm like, okay, like we all had to get out the van for just one person to have to use the bathroom. I'm like, I don't really want to be in here, but it's air conditioning and better than being in a hot ass van. And y'all, I'm used to racism. Well, I'm more so getting used to racism, I would say, because it's like a lot more prevalent now, and I see it a lot more now in my adult life than I did in my kid life because I was a child. But I just thought it was normal racism. Like they're just gonna stand behind, you know, the niggas. You know what I mean? I can go run and like grab some shit and like run like I have somewhere to go. You know what I mean? Where was I gonna go? I am a fucking tourist. I don't got a car. Like I came with her.
Get off my pay!
OMG.
Like there was like maybe a staff behind me. There was 2 staffs in front of me. Imagine a table like this, right? But it's like a long table, clear table, you know, with the jewelry. I'm sitting right here. This is the edge of the table. I'm sitting at the edge of the table, and then there's somebody behind me. That's what it was like literally behind me. Not asking, did I need help or anything? So bitch, I was just sipping my little margarita, minding my motherfucking business, ready to go. So anyways, we leave. Nothing really went down at that store, but it was just real shady, and I think it was part of the whole scheme. And now we're driving up this hill, and mind you, we're in the ghetto. We're going up these like winding roads. There's like barely barely any like traffic laws. This woman is driving like she like the fucking Secret Service. She can get her fucking around. Like, one thing about it, like, I was a little scared. I was like, oh my god, this person didn't stop. Like, oh my god, this person just fucking did a right turn and didn't even wait for the next car. Get in where you fucking fit in when you're driving in fucking Mexico. As we get farther and farther, you know, we're getting skeptical because the next stop was tequila tasting, and we're like, okay, why is this tequila tasting all the way up in these hills? And this was like the only part where there's people from Carnival also there, so it was a little safer, and I'm sure it was a little bit more official. So I think the tequila tasting of everything was legitimate. Now we're doing a tequila tasting. That was actually really fun. I will admit that we had a lot of fun. Like, we had a lot of fun with the bartender, or not the bartender, but you know, the guy who like taught us about the tequilas. We didn't really give a fuck about the tequila, bitch. We really did a drink, and we had like a shit ton of tequila, and bitch, I was gone. I'm not gonna hold you, bitch. I was good. Tequila tasting was normal. We were not drugged here. That part is coming up. So we're leaving the tequila tasting back in this hot ass fucking van. And now we're hungry. We're starving, you know me, we're drunk as fuck, so food is about to hit. I'm real excited. I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to get some like fucking alcohol from this restaurant. That's what it very much was giving. Like, I'm about to get myself some alcohol, and did, and that's where, you know what I mean, I didn't know.
As we proceed to give the girls what you need.
So we're hungry, but first we stopped to get photos. Now, I did get some sickening photos. I was drunk as fuck in these photos, but you can't not lie, I ate the fuck. Didn't really ask to stop for photos. I mean, we wanted to take photos, and we were gonna take photos, I think, at the beach, but she kind of took us to this place once again where she gets commission, and so everybody gets these blankets.
I'm so tired, child. I'm so tired. I'm really tired.
Like I said, we're hungry and we're wanting fucking birria tacos. And this woman tells us that they don't sell birria tacos, but they will make it for us.
What do you mean by that?
I don't really know what I thought that meant, because if they don't got the goat back, they're fucking buying, bitch. Where did I think they were gonna get it? But she promised that there was gonna be a birria. Bitch, she took us to a seafood restaurant. I ordered pina colada because it's like one of my favorite alcoholic drinks. I think it's the only alcoholic drink that is tolerable, and because I'm really childish, I just like the frozen slushy of it. And then we order our food, right? We get our tacos. I wish I had a photo of it. These weren't like, I asked for a quesadilla first of all, and it was just like real sad tortilla, cheese, and meat. It was like, what is this? This ain't a fucking quesadilla. Like, my sister gets, because my sister is the main one who got affected by this. And this part of the story is where it kind of gets serious. My sister has a margarita, I think, or just a fucking alcoholic drink. My sister's friend has one, my mom has one, and we're like the main people, you know, affected. My other side of my family, they get the margarita pitcher. So we order our food. It takes like an hour, mind you. A quesadilla takes how long to cook? You're not waiting at like a taco truck hours for a quesadilla. So we should have also took that as a red flag, but here we are. And my conspiracy theory is we wait an hour so that the drugs can kick in.
That's what we've been waiting for.
I was already lit when I entered the restaurant. By the time that I got my pina colada, bitch, I was like, ooh, I'm about to be on cloud 9. Yeah, I was literally about to be in the clouds with like one more drink. Yeah, the drugs are drugging. I'm not. The roofie is roofing. I came down and I was like, wait, because like the alcohol wore off from my tequila tasting. I'm now on these like drugs that they gave us. I'm like sitting there like low-key high. I just put my sunglasses on because I was like going in and out of sleep. Like, okay, I wasn't like high, like you guys know, like bitch, it was not weed. Let's be clear. Like I was like falling in and out of consciousness and in the sense of like sleep. Like I wasn't like going into a coma per se, but I was like losing consciousness. I swear to God, I'm telling the truth. And my mom and my sister's friends also experienced the same thing, and my sister is too. I'm thinking my sister real drunk, so I'm just thinking my sister is just like being extra with it. I'm like, oh, here she go. But we both like feeling like, whoa, we're real woozy. Like we both put on our sunglasses because there's somebody in front of me. These people cannot see me like be at like my literal worst state as I'm literally going in and out of fucking consciousness because I'm so fucking drunk. We're eating for like 5 seconds. My sister is starting to throw up. Like I feel like I was able to withstand the drugs, but my sister feeling real good and she throws up. She comes back, she's sick, and then she leaves the restaurant for a second. And this is by the time we're finishing our food, because mind you, we didn't order like a shit ton. Like you think we would have ordered like the whole restaurant. You know what I mean? Like we weren't up there to like run up a check. She's outside throwing up. I'm just like, oh my god. I knew what I felt, but I didn't like think anything of it, and I should have. Now she's outside of this like vehicle because my sister started like really losing control of herself, and we're getting her in the car. She loses the feeling of her leg because me and everybody else was ready to go, so we got into the car. My cousin, everybody were trying to like help her, you know, recover so she can get in the car and we can go, because she got real sick, and we're like, okay, well, this excursion has ended, so you know what I mean, we're like, okay, we can kind of like go back now. She loses her legs, and by that I mean she literally falls to the fucking ground, like collapses. Like it gets real scary. Once I saw that, because I was in the front seat with my cousin, like we were just like sitting there waiting, and I'm like, oh my god. And I jump out the car so that she could sit in the front seat so that we can go. If she's going to do this, like, okay, now something's not right. Try to get her into the front seat so that she could be transported immediately and be in front of the air conditioning. And my mom like loses it. My mom is like real protective. My mom did not play. She was about to take the car and bitch drive it herself.
Man, I'm finna whip this hoe.
She took off her wig. She was not playing. She said, get us to this ship. We got there real quick. At this point, like I said, we were absolutely putting together the pieces. Like, oh my God, we were drugged. So we're driving there, and then lo and fucking behold, we find out my cousin's girlfriend was left at the restaurant that drugged us. Once we find out my cousin's girlfriend has been left at the restaurant where they're trying to entice her to drink and sit down and be calm, a bunch of men, mind you, she gets scared. She tries to call the lady who gave us our tour guide because she gave us like, you know, little business cards or whatever, or she calls her. It's like panic mode in the car at this point, and it's like, oh my God, my sister is going in and out of consciousness. We're trying to keep her up. The car ride from the restaurant back to the ship is probably like 10 minutes, so I have to fix my fucking makeup off camera because to be honest, I can't like do my makeup and like tell a story at the same time. I'm not even gonna hold you. This is the exact same fan that was using in the back of the van. So like I was saying, my cousin's girlfriend got left and they were trying to entice her to drink free alcohol at that. And my cousin's girlfriend, real pretty. It was just obviously a setup. By the time we're halfway there, we find out my cousin's girlfriend's not there. We're like, oh my God. And that's when it went full panic mode. And I tell you, that is probably the most like scariest moment of all of our lives. We call the ship so that they can have a wheelchair ready for her as soon as we get out so she can be rushed to this like in the cruise ship hospital. My sister very much gets back to the ship. You guys know, like I said, you have to go to the stores and all that, so we go through all of this like strip mall, and when we're there, that's when they take her and then they instantly start checking for her blood. And at this point I am boohoo crying. Like it went from me crying mildly to just screaming and cursing at the top of my lungs. I was very, very scared. I can't hold you, like I was very, very scared just for my sister in general. I knew what I felt, so I'm like, oh, okay, she had to really be going through, because I know that I got drugged, so she really had to be going through it. They do labs on her, X, Y, and Z. None of the major drugs came up. Of course it could have been anything, but I know, and my mom knows, and my sister's friend knows, we all know we got fucking drugged. And there was probably plans to rob us, sex traffic us. I don't know what the plans really were. So the tests come back negative, thankfully for my sister. My sister's still in the process of getting tested right now. It was just real crazy, y'all. Like I really genuinely cannot believe that we got drugged, and I never believed my mom when she used to say that shit. The likeliness of me getting drugged is real low, but it's actually real easy to get fooled and to instill a lot of trust into somebody who you met an hour ago. My advice, if you're going to Mexico, and especially if you're on the Carnival cruise ship, if you're not, then you know, just stay safe with your excursions and make sure it doesn't seem shady. But if you are part of Carnival Cruise Line, or you're like on the Carnival cruise taking, you know, the 7-day or whatever trip, any port with Puerto Vallarta, we were scared straight, bitch. You were not gonna catch me on a Mexican island. I'm not even gonna hold you. Don't use third party. Lastly, make sure that you always keep some type of protectant on you. I had nothing to fight back except for these motherfucking arms, and bitch, bah, 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 bitch, man, trust, bitch. You weren't gonna rob me. Anyways, if you guys want to see more story times with me, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe, because I upload videos every single Wednesday, Saturday. After you subscribe, make sure you click the bell to be notified anytime that I upload a brand new video. If you would like to follow me outside of YouTube, you can find me on all my social medias on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitter. They're all at Mekhi Randle. Alright guys, I'ma go, and I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Stay safe, bitch. Do your tequila tasting and go. Alright guys, bye.